Hey guys, I'm going to rant right here. So if you just want like a happier video, I've got thousands of them on the channel. Just scroll and find another one. So I have been vegan for the majority of my life because I believe it is the right thing to do. I've known this from a young age and I don't really think too much of it. I just live my life as a vegan and it just is what it is. It comes second nature to me. And on this channel, on this platform, I always try to promote veganism any way I can because if I can inspire more people to go vegan, that's always the goal. The goal is to make people go vegan, to inspire people to go vegan, and ultimately that helps the animals. And that's what I'm here to do. So I don't need to do this channel. I do it because I like it, and I most of you guys seem to like my videos. The ones that like it watch my videos. The ones that don't like my videos, they don't watch my videos, or they will watch my videos and then just put stupid comments up there. And for the most part, I got pretty thick skin and I can let most things roll off and just whatever. But there's certain things that really just get under my skin, and that's when people question my morals, ethics, or integrity. And anybody that knows me knows that if it weren't for my integrity, morals, and ethics, I wouldn't be me. That's pretty much what I've done and take so seriously. Like it's more important to me than anything. And without them, I wouldn't be who I am. So when I went vegan almost 30 years ago, I did it because I didn't want any part of the animal industry. I didn't want to be involved in any kind of harm towards these animals. And there's also other reasons over the years that I can think of. I mean, there's so many reasons to go vegan and really no reasons not to go vegan from what I've seen. And so when people question my ethics or my morality of why I'm vegan, it just really kind of gets under my skin. And I think there's a lot of people that just don't get it. They can't see all angles. They only see what's right in front of them. And I've never been like that. I look at every angle, I look at every scenario, and I try to always come up with a critical thinking, the best decision or the best possible explanation of things. And I like to listen to information before I make judgments and stuff like that. When I first went vegan, the group of people that I don't know if I want to say the word hate, but the group of people that I disliked the most were other vegans. And it wasn't because I didn't have the same sentiments as them, that I didn't think the same things that they did about the animal industry. I did, and I still do. But the way that they promoted veganism was not the correct way as far as I'm concerned. This was a very militant style, extremist point of view, and they would more often than not get people angry with them, defensive of them, and really wanting nothing to do with them or their movement, which ultimately affects the animals. So when I came up with my channel, I wanted to make a fun, entertaining, inspirational vegan YouTube show that brought people in and gave them a community and taught them how to go vegan and stay vegan. And even with haters, like being kind to haters and just replying with positive feedback has even got people to go vegan over the years. So the one big thing that I really can't stand in this vegan community is there's always fighting going on between like non-vegans and vegans. I get that. But there's even more fighting going on in the vegan community, vegan to vegan. You're not vegan enough. You didn't do this enough. You did this wrong. Look, I hold myself to high standards. I always have. I don't like to eat at places that are not exclusively vegan. I don't even necessarily like eating at vegan places not because I don't think something won't be vegan, but because I've always been kind of a germaphobe, and you never know what goes on behind closed doors. I have worked in the food industry for many years, way back in the day. I've seen some pretty bad things go on, and I've seen things fall on the floor. I've seen people use old ingredients and just throw it in the food. So I prefer, if I have my preference, to make my own foods at my house, buy my own foods at the store, at the farmer's market, and make it myself. But there are obviously instances where I go out to restaurants, and most of the time it's when I travel, and it's when I'm making videos to show other people all the great possibilities out there that exist to be vegan, to make it easier for them, to show them where they can go get certain things. And that also includes non-vegan places that sell vegan items. Whenever I see that happen, it's a good thing. I like that all these non-vegan places have vegan things for sale. Now, that's not to say that I agree with what they're doing with their normal day-to-day practices and the products that they make. But when I see them start to switch towards vegan options, I know that they're going in the right direction. Now, we all know that it's not because they love vegans, it's because of the money there. But regardless, it's changing the world. And since I went vegan almost 30 years ago, this was non-existent to where it is now. So veganism has finally become mainstream. But when I see people condemning people for eating out at places, like personally, I would not get a vegan Impossible Whopper at Burger King or anything like that. I don't like the shared fryers. I don't like anything of that sort. I say no to it. But I will never tell somebody that they're not vegan or condemn them for doing that. I won't judge them. That's their journey. That's what they are comfortable with. And I will never try to make decisions for other people. I can only make decisions for me and try to inspire other people. And when there's vegan options out there, whether they're perfect or not, I'd rather people go towards those than the non-vegan options. If there's a big non-vegan company and they're selling a small line of vegan products, you're damn right I will promote those products from that company and say, hey, this company is doing their best to make vegan products. Let's all go support them. Because if nobody goes and supports them, they're going to say, hey, we don't have a market for vegan stuff. Let's just go right back to the non-vegan stuff. And that is not a win. And ultimately, again, the animals are the ones that suffer for that. So I will always go that route. Never be hypocritical about it. But then these other vegans in the vegan community will sit there and they'll say things like, oh, well, that's not, that's hypocritical, or, that's not vegan if you're doing this or you're doing that. But you could literally say, hey, Mr. Perfect out there, Mr. or Mrs. Perfect, are you buying your food solely at only vegan grocery stores? Are you probably not using a cell phone or a computer? You're not driving a car filled with gas or even electric. You're basically doing nothing, because if you want to get that pedantic about it, you can make an argument that nothing in the world is vegan. And veganism does exist. There's a definition. So we do have veganism. It's not perfect, but it is what it is. We choose to not exploit animals. We don't eat animals. We don't wear animals. We don't use animals for our pleasure. We either leave animals alone or we help animals. That's what veganism is. And we have people in there condemning other vegans. The only thing that's going to make people do is not want to be vegan, or not label themselves vegan, or not talk about vegan, and really think that vegans are crazy and want nothing to do with it. And again, that only hurts the animals. I don't know if people know this or not, but it's really hard these days to find any place out there that's exclusively vegan on an everyday basis. And I'll give you a couple examples of this. Yes, we have a bunch of small businesses out there that are vegan businesses, and that's great, but it's not always practical for everybody in the country or even the world to go shop at all these little places for everything that they need on a day-to-day basis for them or their family or whatever. There's a few vegan grocery stores in the country. There's not many, but most people don't have access to a vegan grocery store. The closest one that exists to me that I know of is about 3 hours away. So I don't have access to a vegan grocery store. I go to other grocery stores, and guess what? A lot of these grocery stores carry a ton of vegan product, but they also carry a ton of animal product. So exclusively, you're not shopping at a grocery store that is not doing something with the animal industry. Furthermore, you got all these other companies, such as companies like Field Roast and Follow Your Heart and Tofurkey and all these ones that are like, oh, Gardein. Oh, these are all vegan companies. Well, yeah, they were, but they sold out their companies to a parent company that are not vegan. Tofurkey sold theirs out to a company, an Asian company that is a dairy company. So their parent companies are not vegan. So you are buying product and you're creating a demand for more vegan product, but the ultimate dollar goes to the parent company that's not vegan. So we can only do so much. We're not perfect. Not everybody can grow their own food. I tried to grow my own food this year. It was a big epic fail. I have a little bit of land. I tried. Not everybody can do it. It's not super easy for everybody to do that. Some people just have a gift to do it and they can do it. And that's awesome. But not everybody can do that. There's so much infighting going on in the vegan community. It's pathetic. It makes me not want anything to do with this community. Look, I've been vegan for so long. Most of my life I've been vegan. Again, I don't think twice about it. I don't need the approval from anybody else in the vegan community, nor do I want it if this is how people are going to be. I don't need it. I don't want it. I know that I'm vegan, and that's all that matters. I do what I do on an everyday basis. I do this channel to help other people. If people don't want that, I don't have to do it. And, you know, I know that there's a lot of people out there that enjoy my channel, that it's helped them. So that's why I continue doing this. But I just, you know, it just gets to a point where it's just boiled over and I just can't sit here. I don't like wasting my time and my day to go through comments and writing back. I just don't like having arguments. I don't like having arguments, period. But I definitely don't like wasting my time writing on my keyboard to people. So I had to do this video. I don't care if you agree with me or not. This is how I feel about it. And just, I guess, think a little bit harder before you make certain decisions, because not everything is black and white and why we do things. So I know a lot of people say things about me and they don't even know me. They only know a personality online, but they don't know the real me. So try thinking before you speak, because I know, you know, we might be thinking the same thing about the animal industry. We might be mad and angry and want to shove stuff down people's throats. But people don't work that way. People don't like being told what to do. People don't like having to defend themselves. People get defensive when stuff like that comes up. And it's just flat out counterproductive to veganism. So let's be a little bit kinder to other people. Look, when somebody goes vegan, I'm going to do everything I can to help them go vegan. And if they're doing something their way, then that's fine with me. If they reach out to me for help or advice, I'm always happy to give it to them. But I'm not going to criticize or condemn anybody that is on their own journey, you know, including, you know, people like my parents and stuff. My people, how many people, if you have parents that are vegan, that's awesome. But it's so hard to actually have parents that are, you know, in an older generation. My parents are in their 70s that are vegan. My parents will eat a lot more vegan things, which is something they never would even do when I was younger. So I'm happy that they even are accepting the possibility to try some of these foods and eat vegan. My mom eats a lot of vegan foods, but she's not exclusively vegan, and neither is my dad. And to condemn people's parents for not being vegan, like, hey, if somebody's parents are, you know, eating plant-based and everything, but we can't make the decisions for those people. We can only try to support them for what they are doing and hope that someday they keep progressing and get better and better at it. That's all I can say about that, is we have to work on ourselves and be a better model and hopefully an inspiration to other people and show people that, you know, veganism is the way to go. I truly believe this. I truly believe it's the altruistic right thing to do, is to go vegan. So if I could give anybody the best piece of advice that I could ever give, is to go vegan, because that was the best decision I had ever made in my life, and I didn't even know it at the time. But if I could give all those years back of when I did that to somebody right now, I would tell them, go vegan. Give it a try, stick it out, and it'll be the best decision you ever made. That's all I got. I'm sorry, I don't always do this, but sometimes I have to rant.